Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense. Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest episode of Through the Lens, presented to you by the Unholy Trinity. On my far right, that's Mr. Zephyros.
I'm eating a pear.
Nice. On my right, that's Mr. Patronus Cole.
You sound very sexy there, Mr. Sunman.
I tried to sound really dumb. On my right, special guest, as always, for our weekly WandaVision reviews, Kaijin.
Hello.
And I am Mr. Sun Dude. Hello. As I said, weekly WandaVision review. Let's just jump straight into it, right? Nothing really else to introduce. Also, full spoiler review as always. Spoiler review. All right, boys. WandaVision episode 8. Previously on. So, initial reviews, guys.
I'll say that I found this episode to be extremely emotional. Probably one of the most emotional, that I've ever been in like an MCU property. That beats out Iron Man and like Spider-Man deaths and stuff
Oh,
like that.
really?
This is actually, yeah, I found due to the fact that you actually get. This is the thing I really like about this show, and it's really amplified in this episode. Is it's less of like an action-oriented thing and an actual like character study. And I think this provides really great context for Wanda, the MCU in general, as well as especially this show. My only gripe with this is I don't like Agatha Harkness as a villain. I feel like her motivations and stuff are very, very cartoony villain. Especially since we're coming out of the last villains that we had were Mysterio and Thanos, which were great villains. So I feel like this is kind of a step down for the MCU.
Well, you can't always have big villains, am I right? But yes, I do echo the same feelings that you had. Probably the best MCU line ever. What is grief if not love persevering?
Oh yeah, wait.
That's some great
Yeah,
writing.
good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
Yeah. Any other initial impressions before we move on? Thank you, Mr. Rooster.
The
We'll go
Rooster
on
said
to
he loves
acting
it.
then. So, solid acting as always, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, more than solid, this is the best performance we've ever seen from Elizabeth Olsen, hands down,
Yeah.
easily. Also, I think it was as much as I think Agatha's not the best villain, I think this is still her best performance in the entire show so far.
It is, definitely is.
Yeah,
It's a lot more expressive, yet it's not like stupidly over exaggerated in like a
yeah, I agree. It's just like, yeah, absolutely.
And shall we move on?
Yeah.
Cinematography, as always, pretty good.
Yeah, just standard Marvel stuff.
But probably the biggest part of this would be the editing and the visuals.
Yeah,
Very cool stuff. Very good CGI.
yeah. Just it really ups the special effects and stuff. This is the most stuff we get in the entire show so far. There's amazing sets, and they do really cool things with like transforming sets and like opening doors into other places. That's all done really well. You feel like you're actually there in like the time period that establishes.
Yeah,
Lots of good stuff there,
visuals there.
and a lot more magic than normal with witches and stuff, and that all looks great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about?
No.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah.
I think music as well, before we go into writing. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
No more
That's what-
theme songs though. Cry.
Yeah.
It's just, no theme songs. Listening to the episode, was it?
Yep. So, now for the biggest section of this review, writing and spoilers. Let's just start. Get right into it.
As usual, we'll go do a plot by plot point breakdown. All right, starting at the start, you get the Salem witch trials. And it's a bit of a twist on it because it's actually literally the witch trials. The witches are trialing other witches, and in this case, it's Agatha. So she has been using dark magic, which she claims like bends to her will. I think her line is, and they try and execute her. And this is led by her mother, who I think is like the witch queen or something. There's some more lore in the comics, but I don't know much about it. Do you know much about it, Sonny?
Sorry, say that again.
The mother, she has like a crown
Yeah.
symbolizing like being like the queen of the witches or some shit.
And
I think there's like, yeah,
Yeah, I was just gonna say the Scarlet Witch like title might apply across like generations of witches,
yeah,
and
or possibly like in an Anakin Star Wars sort of deal, like it's the prophecy witch. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like the foretold one.
yeah,
We'll
you go
get
ahead.
more to that later, but yeah. Anyone else wants to add anything about witches?
Your point before I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just asking you, what do you think? Like, what
Mhm.
does, yeah. All right. Anyway, we go back to the future, to the present future.
Yeah.
Um, we're in the basement, you know, just chatting. We finally understand what those runes on the doorways and stuff meant. They're symbols made by Agnes, which means only her magic works in this place, and Wanda can't use anything. Uh, this is an interesting thing. Pietro, or as they call him in this episode, Pietro, because he's fake Pietro. He's actually. So we were trying to figure out in the past few episodes, what is he? We can rule out he's definitely not a dead body because she said she didn't use necromancy, but in fact used a possession spell. So that also means that Pietro was probably not created. It was already a person, but just possessed, right?
Yes.
So I think we can't entirely rule out the multiverse on this one. I think that's still quite a strong possibility. I'm absolutely certain whatever it will be confirmed in the
But
next episode.
Yeah,
Agatha was
I
too
guess I'll
lazy to get the
confirm.
dead body, right?
Yeah. Well, she said the biggest reason was because it was in an entirely different continent. So
Well, I mean, the
And
other
yeah,
Pietro's from a
he had
different
bullet holes.
universe, right? So which one's further away?
No, she also said he has bullet holes in him, so she can't.
Well, you can fix up bullet holes, can you?
I don't know. Agatha thinks. Um. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't remember Agatha saying something about a possession spell. Was it that?
I watched it a few minutes ago. That's how I
Okay.
took down these notes. I took like direct quotes, but yeah, it's definitely what she said.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you learn Agatha's motivation. This is where I don't really like, because we were coming up with all these theories about how like maybe she eats children, or maybe she's like working for Mephisto and stuff like that. We had all these cool ideas, and it's kind of a bit disappointing. Her motivation just she wants to be as strong as Wanda. She wants to know where her powers came from, that she can also be as powerful.
The power.
You also get, so this gives more context to the ending of the last episode,
the
because how she was like manipulating everything to slowly break the simulation, right? So that Wanda could reveal herself as the Scarlet Witch. Well, like to show that she was in fact a witch.
Yes.
That yeah. So that makes sense. Senor Scratchy, she talks to him a lot, and he eats a bird. I strongly agree with what Sunny was saying the last episode. Just like he could be something. I feel like that's going to play into the next episode. But
At this
yeah,
point, it seemed it. I don't think. I think theories about the rabbit being the fake Pietro is out of the question now.
yeah, that
If
I
the
agree with
rabbit's
that.
there,
Though I
but
do
then
think
they
the
could
rabbit
hide.
is probably like an actual person, just like
Eating
magic, you know.
birds.
More likely that Senor Scratchy is Old Scratch, which is the devil.
Yeah.
But we also have yet to see who Ralph is,
Yeah.
and also we are yet to
Mhm.
see who the missing person is from all the way from episode 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
So-
Who was
true.
that again?
Sword was just talking about a missing
Episode 4,
persons case.
episode 4.
Oh right, yeah.
If I put that out in the theories, we'll go back. We'll come back to that later. All right. So then we get the main chunk of the episode, which is the flashbacks to like Wanda's past. So we go through this like illusion created by Agatha, and then you get to see what she's like with Sokovia family back with their English TV nights, watching sitcoms while people are getting gunned down in the street outside. And also, I can confirm to you guys it takes place in the 2000s. We were wondering about that, and they had a copy of Malcolm in the Middle in the suitcase, so I know it's definitely the 2000s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stark new clans.
Stop.
Toaster.
Yes, toaster.
Yes. The toaster blew them up. The toaster killed their parents. It was the toaster.
It was the toaster. It was the toaster.
Damn Stark toasters. Bad spark plugs.
See, it wasn't an Obama drone.
capacitor shit.
Yeah.
It was all the nuclear toasters, bro.
Yeah.
There's a good line in here which you kind of understand why it's all sitcoms, because the way she uses sitcoms as like a way to like cope with grief, because she says by the end of the episode you realize it was all a bad dream, nothing had happened. It's kind of a way of, processing that. Yeah.
Coping
Connection
mechanism.
to trauma.
You also see throughout her flashbacks she always watches a sitcom right after
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Connection to childhood.
Yeah. Oh, and this also shows Wanda was always a witch. Right? She already had powers. The
Yeah.
scepter amplifies it, which we get to in a bit.
Also, this ties to Monica, because when we saw Monica, it seemed to us that she did also have powers before she
Yes.
entered the hex.
Yeah. And
Um,
quite possibly the Quicksilver as well, maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
But we'll have to see.
Yep, we go to the Hydra base now. You really understand how powerful she is right in this very scene, because one of the guys says a throwaway line that no one has ever survived contact with the scepter except Wanda. Very interesting. Then we get this fantastic scene where she touches the stone, the Mind Stone, right? And then she sees like I think we can assume it's like her future or some sort of symbol of what's to come, with the Scarlet Witch silhouette from the comics. Very interesting. Also, something that this might be minor, but like I thought it might be worth pointing out. You see so that all happens, but nobody else sees it. They're monitoring through the security footage, right? And the footage is like edited, right? She's standing up, and a second later, she's on the floor. And that made me think. It's kind of like how the sword footage was edited when they're
Mhm.
watching the thing. Connection there, maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps.
I guess, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Also, it's interesting because we assumed that Agnes did the cuts from when we found out it was Agnes all along.
Yeah.
But if could this have been Agnes?
No.
Or could it have been something else, or just Wanda?
I just had no idea about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it has been.
might be something just to do with the Mind Stone in itself, and like the Mind Stone having a mind of its own.
Yeah. A mind of its own. Mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill me.
All right. We move further on past the events of Age of Ultron, where Quicksilver's dead, and she's just in her room in the Avengers compound, feeling really alone and sad, watching Malcolm in the Middle. Then we get probably my favorite scene in the entire series so far, which is when Vision comes to talk to her. Up until this moment, you kind of, to be honest, the MCU hasn't. You believe that they're really in love with each other through the MCU, but like you don't really see how that started, like how it really came to be. And I think this scene really helps helps us understand, yeah, and why Vision means like such a big deal to her and stuff like that. This is a very important scene. And he says, "What is grief if not love persevering?"
Mm-hmm.
Great quote. Just love this scene, so good. All right, and then we get, yeah, Wanda goes to the Sword HQ. This is where things get interesting. Well, I mean, it was already interesting. This is where things get plot twisty, I guess. So Hayward actually lets her in and shows her the body, which means he lied about stealing him, right? And he specifically says that he wants her to bring him back to life, but she said she doesn't want to, right? So, you know how we were watching episode 5 and Wanda gives that speech about the dead should stay dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She wasn't actually being hypocritical because she didn't know she was resurrecting a dead body. Well, because she wasn't resurrecting a dead body, right?
Well, she just didn't know
She
what the
sort of
fuck Vision was.
rejected a new vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of like the editors of the show kind of playing with us, you know. So yeah, that was interesting. All right, she goes to Westview afterwards, after she rejects Hayward, and you get to see the actual people in the world, like the cast members and stuff. And this is actually a very interesting scene because nobody's actually happy. Like Mrs. Hart, right? She's sitting by herself at a table for two, but she's all alone. So so you can see how, I guess, subconsciously Wanda thinks she's creating a better life for everyone, and how she kind of fits into the town because she also feels lonely. Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
yeah, I thought that was interesting. Uh, yeah, they go to the home that was on this letter that Wanda received. His final letter to her. This was so sad. And she sees the house that they were gonna live in together, to grow old together in.
I mean, like the property.
Well, yeah, yeah. Such a sad moment. Not gonna lie, I may have shed a few tears here, mate. So
Shed
sad.
some skin.
And then you see how she creates the hex. Her grief makes her do the whole magic shit,
She
creates the
just
hex,
shouted very
and
loud.
she creates vision.
Vision.
Interesting. Yes. Uh, yeah. All right, then flash back to the future present. Agnes is a kid's hostage, and then she says the final lines. This is Chaos Magic Wonder that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Oh,
Whoa, she said the name. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Great,
Amazing.
great scene. Then we get a post-credit scene. This is really cool. So, Wanda actually does resurrect Vision through the drone. Well, not really resurrect, but the drone, the magic from Wanda's
Residue
drone
magic.
thing, yeah, is what powers this new Vision, which is the old Vision's body, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And the Vision, he's white. So actually, if anyone's read the comics here, Vision is originally white in the comics, so that's where that look came from.
So it's a fight between the whites and the colored folk, man.
The idea is it's like Vision without any like personality. He's just
no
like
soul.
without a
That was
soul.
like the big thing in the comics as well, I believe, is that uh he Vision got some personality or some soul basically, and he
A
could
little
actually create the
funky
Vision
soul.
himself like a soulless husk.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that in the comic because I read like very early Avengers stuff when like Vision first came about.
Mhm.
And I remember him being
Big
white.
thing is, this all connects to the West Coast comics, the West Coast Avengers, where Vision
Yeah,
is white. Uh,
Agatha's in it.
Agatha Harkness exists along with Master Pandemonium, and Tommy and Billy are branches of Mephisto's soul, as like a way to get Wanda's powers, right?
Is
Yeah.
there
Or something
an
along
East
those
Coast
lines. In any case,
Comics?
the children were a ruse, and they were an off branch of Mephisto's own soul, just to trick Wanda.
Fake kids, mate.
Yeah.
So we get confirmation that this was like one of the big inspirations for this episode, for this series, I should say, that we learned from this episode.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, that's the episode. Let's go into further theories. Let's start with let's revisit Senor Scratchy. Do we have any more theories about who? I think we already kind of covered this
Who's
earlier on in the
Mephisto,
episode,
mate?
but if you want to Gio saying Mephisto,
Ralph, Agatha,
Agatha's husband.
Ralph Wiggum.
And also, what was it, old Scratch or something?
Old Scratch, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Nicholas Scratch, Agatha's son, is going to be kind of an odd thing to have now, just because it doesn't really relate to anything. But
Yeah.
it could be a possibility, I guess.
Yeah. Any more Pietro theories now that we know it's definitely not resurrection and is a possession instead?
Be an illusion.
Also, the thing about the possession spell.
Yeah.
Also, we also know that she can do like transmutations. Agatha. So
That is something she
it could
said,
just be-
yeah.
It could just be a random living thing, like a cicada.
If they do, I will be honestly kind of pissed because don't fucking bring up the X-Men Pietro and just like, tease us with like the multiverse if it's not actually true. That's kind of, yeah. That's another thing. Next episode, I need some solid stuff here because I'm kind of disappointed with like the Agatha stuff. So like, I don't know if the payoff is going to be the best.
Yeah, hear me out. So for the final episode, the final cameo is gonna be the Magneto from the original X-Men movies.
Yes, that's actually a really popular theory.
Yep, a really
right
popular
now,
theory.
yeah.
But my take on it is silly. He goes up to the fake Pietro and says, Agatha over there, she might have been your papa, but she ain't your daddy.
Yes,
Sure
mate.
as hell ain't your daddy. And then just, happily ever after.
That's a good theory, mate.
The
I
sunset.
like that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my 2 cents.
But what could Magneto even do, mate? He just kind of magnet shit. He can't fight
He's
magic.
Wanda's dad, mate.
He'd be like, hey, daughter, I never met.
Yeah.
But she'd be like,
Also,
no, my dad's
Magneto's
dead.
like hella powerful in like the comics. I've been reading the X-Men comics a lot lately, and like the way he's able to use like I guess magnets in the better comics is like
He moves the earth.
they really like he can fly because he magnets the ground,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit far fetched, but like
Well, I guess technically that works because he could just magnet the earth, mate. He could stop the earth from spinning, bro.
yeah.
If he's
But
strong
then-
enough, I guess.
I was watching the animated series this morning, and he just uses rocket boots.
Haha, rockets.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you have seen this, but have you seen like the video where Magneto was defeated by a wooden gun?
Or nah, mate.
Okay, we'll have to. I'll show
But
you
that's why
guys
they
the
had
video.
plastic guns in the X-Men, bro.
That's a
Oh yeah, you're
Also,
right. That's actually right there. Why they use
very
those.
smart.
I guess let's just give our final ideas for what the finale is going to be like. Let's go from right to left, starting with Dio.
And make this
The
pitch meeting
final.
style. Where you're pitching to the directors.
Yeah.
Alright, finals. Here's what's gonna happen, alright?
Yeah.
So, one is gonna be like, bro, damn, this shit whack. And then Agatha's like, thanks for the tip. now I know how to get your powers, cat. And then she's like, no, and then they fight, uh, what's his name? Fucking dead robot.
Vision.
Vision. He comes and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? And he'd be like, yo, I'm dead. And then somehow they have an extent, they fight or some shit. And then Vision be like, alright, I'm already dead, so I'm a head out, see ya. And then Wanda's like, okay, I accept that now. And then Magneto's gonna be like, what's up, daughter I never met? Bye bye. There you go. Kid's
That's
dead.
beautiful. I reckon yeah, there'll be a lot of fighting this episode. The other Vision's gonna come down and they're gonna duke it out in the Westview.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
the Vision.
I feel like Agatha's not gonna survive this. I feel like Vision's not gonna survive this. Both Visions are not gonna survive this. I think that the children to
They
save her
don't
children, she
die.
has to somehow create mutants throughout the world by expanding the hex so it consumes the entire world or something, and then that gives birth to the mutants. And then Magneto's gonna come in there and be like, "What's up, my daughter? Daddy's home."
Will we see Charles, mate?
Isn't her father dead?
Charles.
Or you mean X-Men Magneto?
Well, so if you didn't know, in the comics, she is raised by like two parents, but like they're not her actual parents.
Like Superman.
Yeah, like Superman.
But that means Charles will be like, yo, who the fuck making more mutants? And then he'll use his brain powers, mate.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Your turn, Calvin.
Um, I think Vision v Vision. I think the hex is gonna go down. Truthfully,
Oh yeah.
during like the finale, the hex is gonna go down. Something fake Vision wants the people to be free, right? Wants the people in the hex to be free,
Yeah.
and although we don't know much about White Vision, like reanimated Vision, it's the original body, so
Maybe he'll fuse with the body.
assuming they don't do much, they don't like mind control him or something. The two can probably like it's gonna be Vision v Vision, and then like the two come to a consensus or something. Maybe,
They wake up.
yeah, maybe like work together, take down the hex or something. Like convince Wanda to take down the hex or something
They
somehow.
make love.
Agatha's gonna probably want to keep the hex up to like observe or like study Wanda or something to try and get her powers, and then probably gonna go against Agatha to save her children, because yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Sunman.
Okay. White Vision is a Horcrux.
Oh shit! Oh,
Oh
The
shit!
fuck's the whole cox,
They
man?
used the
Harry
energy
Potter,
from
mate.
the-
Wait, like, I don't remember Harry Potter, mate. Is he one of those ghost things?
It's you know
it's
Harry
one
was
of-
the Horcrux.
Like a
Yes.
white person?
That's why he died, mate. A white
Wait,
person? No, it doesn't mean white person.
Or else such a terror.
It's part of like Voldemort's soul or some shit.
Oh, like
Yes.
The
Voldemort.
Horcrux is like a part of Voldemort's soul, and you
Yeah.
need to like kill all of them if you want to kill Voldemort.
Yeah. White people. I'm a Horcrux, boys.
You're a half Horcrux. Remember that.
Half Horcrux, yes.
Half Horcrux.
That's why you gotta kill me and then I'll come back to life. I like Harry. Like he's kind of like half a Horcrux too. So yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but going by your logic, he is a Horcrux. 'cause
Oh
he's white.
yeah, sorry, he's white. Yeah.
Okay. White Vision was made using like Wanda's power that was in the drone. And can I just say, Did we ever? We didn't learn how they got how they exchanged power from a drone into a white vision, right?
Nah.
Not
For
really. They
all we
kind of
know,
it just
huh?
says it's powered by the source,
Yeah.
and then
So
you
for all
see.
we know, Hayward could have just like licked the power off of the drone and just like spat it onto white vision, and he could have got the powers. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yes,
It's the
say.
power of
Or
Uh,
maybe he just
drone
fucked Vision.
strikes.
He just like
Gee.
coded himself in Wonder Magic and then fucked Vision and brought him back to life.
Very nice.
And
Hey, we're not
before I
ruling out
get
any theories here.
penalized for plagiarism, this joke was
Penalized.
courtesy of Jessica from New Rockstars.
Ah, just saying.
But yes, the vision in the hex is like made out by Wanda, and most of her powers are probably invested into this vision, while the one outside is only a little bit, and then the one inside is gonna T-pose in uh, on this white vision and talk about red supremacy before blasting him away with racist
Lasers.
slurs against white people, and then they win.
Oh damn. Does that mean Vision is a shard of Wanda's soul? She was Mephisto all along.
Oh my god, yes, voice. The devil himself.
Yeah.
Herself? I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Non-binary self.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got him, boys.
Alright. Final verdicts?
Final verdicts. Alright, as always, starting from the far right, Theo, take us away.
Oh, this episode is pretty good. It explained a lot of things, and it gave us a very nice backstory. Quite emotional, but I was kind of laughing like while watching it because I don't know, things were funny. Yeah, pretty good. 9 out of 10.
Damn, is that the highest rating you've given a WandaVision episode?
Yeah, mate.
Damn, you really liked it.
Alright. Looking forward to the finale then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, pretty fantastic episode. I gotta say, very, very emotional. I cried. So sad, so sad. At this point, I like fully sympathize with Wanda, and I understand like where she's coming in a way that the show hasn't really shown before. Lots of good stuff here. Lots of great stuff. I'm interested to see where this goes. I hope they don't fuck it up because it's kind of some of the big like villain stuff is seemingly going a bit of a disappointing formulaic route. But I don't know, Vision versus Vision, Magneto dad man coming and saying he may not be he may be your father, but he ain't your daddy or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all pretty exciting stuff. So I'm gonna also have to say like a strong 8 to a light 9. Yeah.
Ooh, strong into a 9. Alright. Next up, Hygiene. Let's go.
I think strong 8. Character development for Wanda, sort of her origins. More explanations why plot's been furthered. So yeah, strong 8.
Nice. That makes my job a bit easier. I will go for an easy 8.5 for a combined average score of 8.5. Very nice. Good stuff.
Lazy.
Bro, it's the highest score we've given a WandaVision episode yet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. If this is the second last episode, can't wait for the finale. Expecting big things.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that review.
And we'll also be kind of combining in our overall thoughts in the next episode.
So make sure you subscribe for that. Make sure you like if you want to see more, if you want to push our stuff onto the recommended feed, so more people can enjoy our stuff, and more people can enjoy WandaVision reviews and discussions. Let's go.
Also, before or after this, depending on the time, we'll be having a Superman and Lois premiere review. Check that out too if you're interested in the DC side of things. Lois.
It's Lois.
Lois.
What's up with the Lewis with the E and the Lewis with the Lewis?
I don't know.
English.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, that was a great episode. All right, bye bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
See
Bye.
ya.